Good everyone, welcome to the Health Breakdown and thank you for being here. Now, I'm going to start with a simple question. What if I told you that one common habit, something many seniors do almost every night, is quietly robbing you of deep sleep, and even slowly chipping away at your memory? Yes, it's that serious. Tonight, I'm here to sound the alarm. Seniors, stop doing this before bed. It destroys your sleep and your memory. Many seniors have developed the habit of watching television, using smartphones, or scrolling through tablets right before going to bed. While these activities may seem harmless or even relaxing, they can actually interfere significantly with the body's natural sleep rhythms. The screens on these devices emit a specific type of light known as blue light. This blue light mimics daylight and sends signals to the brain that it's still daytime, even when it's late at night. As a result, the brain stops or delays the production of melatonin, which is the hormone responsible for making you feel sleepy. When melatonin levels are suppressed, it becomes harder to fall asleep, and even if sleep does occur, it's often shallow and less restorative. This isn't just about feeling groggy the next morning. For seniors, quality sleep is closely tied to memory consolidation and brain function. When the brain doesn't get the deep sleep it needs, it struggles to form and store memories, leading to forgetfulness and cognitive decline over time. Over months or years, this pattern can have a significant impact on mental clarity, problem-solving ability, and even emotional stability. Scientific studies have clearly demonstrated that individuals who use screens before bed take longer to fall asleep and get less REM sleep, the stage of sleep that plays a major role in memory processing and emotional health. For seniors, this can compound existing age-related changes in sleep patterns, making it even more difficult to get the rest that's needed for a healthy mind and body. It's important to recognize that this issue is not about demonizing technology, but about timing and habits. Screens are an inescapable part of modern life, but using them late at night, especially in the hour before bed, can be particularly harmful to sleep hygiene. Many people feel they are just winding down by watching the news or playing a game on their phone, not realizing they are triggering a biological response that's making it harder to rest. The consequences of poor sleep go beyond fatigue. In older adults, chronic sleep disruption has been linked with faster cognitive decline, increased risk of dementia, and reduced quality of life. Memory lapses that might be dismissed as just getting older can actually be symptoms of sleep-deprived brain function. With continued screen use before bed, these issues may worsen. Fortunately, there are simple ways to break this habit. Setting a cutoff time for screens, at least an hour before bed, allows the brain to begin its natural sleep preparation. Activities like reading a printed book, listening to soft music, or doing light stretching can help ease the transition into sleep. Over time, avoiding screens at night can lead to deeper rest, sharper memory, and a healthier brain. In short, cutting out screens before bedtime isn't just a good idea. It's a powerful way for seniors to protect their sleep, safeguard their memory, and maintain their independence for years to come. Sleep is one of the most essential functions for brain health, especially as we age. Yet, many seniors underestimate just how much poor sleep can damage memory and cognitive performance. While occasional restless nights may seem harmless, consistent sleep disruption can have profound long-term effects on how the brain stores, processes, and recalls information. When we sleep, especially during the deeper stages like REM and slow-wave sleep, the brain carries out vital maintenance tasks. It clears away toxins, processes emotions, and most importantly, consolidates memories. This means it takes the events, facts, and information you encountered during the day and turns them into lasting memories. Without enough quality sleep, this memory-building process is incomplete. As a result, names become harder to recall, appointments are forgotten, and tasks that used to feel easy begin to seem difficult or confusing. Scientific research has repeatedly shown a strong link between sleep and memory. Older adults who don't get enough restful sleep perform worse on memory tests than those who do. This isn't just about short-term forgetfulness either. Chronic sleep deprivation has been linked to long-term cognitive decline and neurodegenerative conditions such as Alzheimer's disease. In fact, researchers have found that people who regularly sleep poorly are at a significantly higher risk of developing dementia later in life. One of the reasons this connection is so strong in seniors is that the brain becomes more vulnerable with age. As we grow older, changes naturally occur in the brain's structure and chemistry, making it harder to fall into and maintain the deep sleep stages needed for effective memory formation. If sleep is further disrupted by late-night screen use, stress, or irregular routines, this can create a cycle of declining sleep quality and increasing memory problems. Furthermore, the effects of poor sleep go beyond memory alone. Lack of rest can affect attention span, decision-making, mood, and even physical health. Seniors may notice they are more irritable, less motivated, or more prone to accidents and mistakes. These changes can be subtle at first, but often worsen if sleep problems are not addressed. It's also important to understand that medication is not always the answer. While sleep aids might offer temporary relief, they often interfere with the brain's natural sleep cycles and may make the problem worse over time. The best long-term solution is to improve sleep habits, such as maintaining a regular bedtime, avoiding stimulants like caffeine late in the day, and creating a calm, screen-free wind-down routine in the evening. For seniors who want to stay sharp, alert, and independent, prioritizing good sleep is just as important as eating well or staying active. Memory loss doesn't have to be an inevitable part of aging, especially when the root cause is something as controllable as sleep quality. With a few simple changes and more awareness of sleep's role in brain health, it's possible to protect your memory and maintain mental clarity well into later life. Blue light, a specific wavelength of visible light, is naturally present in sunlight and plays an important role in regulating our internal body clock, also known as the circadian rhythm. During the day, exposure to blue light helps us stay alert and focused. However, when this same blue light is introduced in the evening, especially through artificial sources like smartphones, tablets, computers, and televisions, it sends the wrong signals to the brain, disrupting our natural sleep patterns. The human brain is incredibly sensitive to light. It uses cues from the environment to determine when it's time to be awake and when it's time to wind down for sleep. Blue light is especially influential because it suppresses the production of melatonin, the hormone responsible for making us feel sleepy. When melatonin levels are high, we feel drowsy and ready for bed. But when blue light interferes, melatonin production is delayed or reduced, making it harder to fall asleep and stay asleep. This becomes especially problematic for older adults, whose natural melatonin levels are already lower than those of younger people. As a result, seniors are more susceptible to sleep disruptions caused by nighttime blue light exposure. A simple activity like watching the evening news on a bright TV screen, reading on a tablet, or scrolling through social media on a smartphone can confuse the brain into thinking it's still daytime. The brain responds by staying alert, delaying the natural sleep cycle. This artificial alertness can lead to insomnia, fragmented sleep, or waking up feeling unrested. Over time, the effects become cumulative. When blue light exposure becomes a nightly habit, the body struggles to maintain a consistent sleep rhythm. The result is not just difficulty falling asleep, but also a reduction in deep sleep stages, those crucial periods when the brain consolidates memories, repairs itself, and resets for the next day. What makes blue light even more concerning is that it's nearly invisible in terms of its effects while you're awake. Many people don't feel the impact immediately. They might not notice how it delays their sleep onset or how it reduces sleep quality. Instead, they might blame their poor sleep on aging or stress, never realizing that their nighttime screen habits are playing a key role. The good news is that this issue is entirely avoidable. Limiting screen use 1 to 2 hours before bedtime gives the brain a chance to produce melatonin, in naturally and follow its proper sleep schedule. Replacing screen time with low-light activities like reading a printed book, gentle stretching, or listening to calm music can help signal to the brain that it's time to prepare for sleep. For those who must use screens at night, blue light blocking glasses or night mode settings can reduce the impact, but eliminating screens altogether is most effective. Understanding how blue light tricks the brain is crucial to improving sleep quality and overall well-being. With just a few mindful adjustments, seniors can help their brains return to a natural rhythm, resulting in better rest, clearer thinking, and improved health. Improving sleep quality doesn't always require medications or complex interventions. In many cases, simple lifestyle changes can make a significant difference, especially for seniors, who often experience natural shifts in sleep patterns as they age. Adjusting evening habits, creating a calming bedtime environment, and being mindful of how technology affects the body can dramatically improve the ability to fall asleep, stay asleep, and wake up feeling refreshed. One of the most effective changes is establishing a consistent sleep schedule. Going to bed and waking up at the same time every day, even on weekends, helps regulate the body's internal clock. This consistency trains the brain to anticipate sleep at a specific time, making it easier to drift off naturally without relying on pills or supplements. Over time, the body becomes conditioned to feel sleepy and alert at predictable times, reducing insomnia and early morning waking. Another beneficial habit is creating a relaxing bedtime routine. This signals to the brain that the day is ending and it's time to unwind. Activities like reading a printed book, practicing gentle stretching, meditating, or listening to calming music can lower stress levels and help transition the mind into a restful state. Importantly, these activities should be done in dim lighting, which supports melatonin in production and allows the body to begin winding down naturally. A critical part of this lifestyle shift involves cutting back on screen time in the hour or two before bed. As mentioned earlier, the blue light from phones, tablets, and TV disrupts the sleep-wake cycle. Replacing screen-based activities with calming ones not only improves sleep, but can also boost mood and cognitive function over time. Seniors may find that they sleep more soundly and wake up with improved memory and clarity simply by avoiding screens at night. It's also important to examine the bedroom environment. The ideal sleeping space should be cool, dark, and quiet. Investing in blackout curtains, white noise machines, or a comfortable mattress can make a world of difference. Keeping the room clutter-free and used only for sleep can also help the brain associate the space with rest, making it easier to relax upon entering. What we consume in the hours before bed also matters. Caffeine, heavy meals, and alcohol can all interfere with sleep quality. Seniors should aim to eat dinner at least 2 to 3 hours before bedtime and limit stimulants in the afternoon and evening. Instead, a light snack like a banana, warm milk, or herbal tea can promote sleepiness without disrupting digestion. Lastly, exposure to natural light during the day can help reset the body's circadian rhythm, improving nighttime sleep. Taking a short walk in the morning sunlight or sitting near a bright window can help regulate melatonin in production and reinforce the sleep-wake cycle. While none of these changes are difficult on their own, their combined effect can be powerful. By making a few small but consistent adjustments, seniors can greatly improve their sleep, protect their memory, and enjoy better overall health and well-being. Getting better sleep is one of the most powerful things seniors can do to protect their brain health. While many people focus on diet, exercise, or puzzles to keep their minds sharp, sleep often gets overlooked. Yet, quality sleep plays a central role in maintaining cognitive function, emotional stability, and long-term mental clarity. For seniors, who are already more vulnerable to memory loss and cognitive decline, getting consistent, restorative sleep is absolutely essential. When we sleep, our brains don't simply shut down, Instead, they enter a highly active state of maintenance and repair. During deep sleep and REM sleep, the brain processes information, stores memories, clears out waste products, and restores energy for the day ahead. One of the most important tasks performed during sleep is memory consolidation, turning short-term experiences and knowledge into long-term memory. Without sufficient sleep, this process is interrupted, and the brain struggles to retain and recall information. That's why people often feel foggy, forgetful, or easily confused after a poor night's sleep. Over time, chronic sleep deprivation can lead to more serious consequences. Studies have shown that poor sleep is linked to an increased risk of dementia and Alzheimer's disease. In fact, the brain has a special cleaning system called the glymphatic system that becomes active during deep sleep. This system clears away toxic waste, including beta amyloid, a substance that builds up in the brains of people with Alzheimer's. Without enough sleep, this cleaning process is weakened, allowing harmful substances to accumulate and damage brain cells. Good sleep also supports better emotional regulation and decision-making. When we're well rested, we're more patient, focused, and able to think clearly. Sleep helps regulate mood by balancing key neurotransmitters in the brain. Seniors who sleep poorly often report higher levels of anxiety, irritability, and even depression. On the other hand, those who get enough rest tend to experience better emotional resilience and a more positive outlook on life. The benefits of better sleep extend beyond just the mind. When the brain is rested and functioning properly, it helps coordinate all the body's systems more efficiently. Seniors who prioritize sleep often find improvements in balance, coordination, immune function, and even cardiovascular health. In short, better sleep leads to better overall health, which in turn supports better brain function, a positive cycle that reinforces itself. Improving sleep doesn't require major lifestyle changes, but rather small, consistent habits. Going to bed at the same time each night, creating a relaxing bedtime routine, limiting screen time, and keeping the sleep environment cool and dark all contribute to better rest. Over time, these habits can add up to big improvements in both quality of sleep and quality of life. In essence, sleep is not a luxury. It is a necessity for brain health. Seniors who take steps to improve their sleep are not just avoiding grogginess. They are actively protecting their memory, focus, and independence. Better sleep truly does equal better brain health, and it's one of the smartest, most natural ways to support lifelong mental vitality.